Hello and welcome back to Tinker Talks Guns. So I recently did a review of a holster, an inside the waistband padded Pancake holster for my new EDC, the PSA Dagger Micro with the special slide and the ported barrel and the optic and all that. And when I posted the video, Azula Holsters reached out to me and said they'd like to send me a holster for review. Of course, I was agreeable to this. Now, understand, I have made a lot of holsters over the years because leather holsters were the thing and they're expensive. And I always had leather and metal and things lying around my shop because I was a custom knife maker. So it was only natural that I would make holsters. And I make a pretty good holster. They're not fancy, but they work, and some of them have worked for years. So I was well open to the idea of trying out a leather holster. And what they have sent me is a leather belt slide Pancake style holster for a Commander size 1911. So this is going to be my carry gun for the next week while I evaluate this holster. Now, this is an introduction to this holster. We'll do another video after I've carried it for a week to follow up. And it sure looks like it's got the right stuff. The leather is good quality, proper thickness, reinforced with other leather where it needs to be. The belt loops are well located for a forward canted carry. And it fits the gun very well and very securely without being at all tight. So, we're going to go to the tabletop and have a closer look at this holster so we can talk about some of the finer details. Okay, so as I said, first of all, this appears to be high quality leather. It is well molded to the gun without being over molded. It holds the gun nice and securely. Now, let's talk some of the details. First of all, it's double stitched wherever it needs to be. That's a plus. The stitching is 8 stitches per inch, which is kind of the sweet spot for things like holsters, because more stitches than that per inch can compromise the integrity of the leather. But fewer is less good. So this is really kind of the ideal. It is machine stitched, and there's nothing wrong with that. And some of the subtle details, like the fact that they've pre-molded it to accommodate the belt rather than just shipping it, flat and letting your belt do the work. Also, look at this. Look how the contour of this protective flap follows the beaver tail grip safety. That is a piece of attention to detail that not every holster maker actually does. And it's not necessary, but it just shows that they're paying attention. And the flare here to accommodate tall adjustable sights or other tall sights, it is a well thought out holster. It completely covers, extends past the muzzle and is slightly curved in. The gun is quite secure, but not too tight. And it is a well-designed, thoughtfully made holster. Now, the only problem I have is a me problem, not a holster problem, and that is these are 1.5 inch slots and I have a 2-inch gun belt. Oops. I should have specified. So that is entirely on me. And I can extend these slots if necessary to accommodate the belt without compromising the function of the holster in any way. And if necessary, I will do that. But starting after this video, this is going on my belt where it will live for the next week. So this holster, on first impression, it has all the qualifications of both construction, quality of materials, and design that I would expect in a quality holster. So we're going to find out how it wears, how it works over the next week, and I'll report that back to you. Now, this holster was provided me free of charge for purposes of review. That doesn't mean it will not get a fair, balanced review. And as I've said, my opinions about this holster so far are dictated by decades of wearing and using and even making similar holsters. So you will get not just a fair opinion, but an informed one. So you can look forward to that. Anyway, I'd like to shout out to my supporters on Patreon. This is very much a shoestring operation, and your contributions help more than you know. I also like to thank channel benefactors, those individuals and businesses who have contributed to the channel in innumerable ways and really helped make this work. And as always, shout out to Rain City Shooting Center for providing material support to the channel and generally being nice folks. So, I hope this finds you well. Stay safe, take care, and I'll talk to you again real soon.